Well done. Okay, so let's just start. We'll just start from the head and we'll work down towards our feet, just a little bit of mobility to get us going. And we tend to always start with the shoulders, don't we, rather than going into our neck first, just so we've warmed the body up a little bit. So we'll do our lift of the shoulders up towards the ears. Just enjoy everything this morning. Up towards the ears, and then maybe allowing the shoulders just to soften. It's actually quite nice to start with a little bit wider base than hip width with the feet. And that just kind of gives us a little bit of chance to kind of find our lovely standing position. Let's do that just one more time. So picking the shoulders up, take a breath in, and then just very quietly release and let go. Then we'll do our little shoulder rolls for 3, and that can be fairly light. Inhaling and exhaling, beautiful work going. Good, and last one. And then we like to go the other way as well, don't we? So we'll go back and then up and forward. Anything that works for you, modifying for your shoulders. Good, and then just settle there. Really well done. Good, and then from here we'll go into our neck. So we just warmed up a little bit, so we'll do a little turn of the head and then come back to our start. Yeah, and just before we do that on the other side, just really important is to keep our shoulders still, our spine still, as we move our head. Yeah. So can we do that? So, really tempting, isn't it, to turn the body, but actually then we're not getting any movement through the neck, are we? Or less movement through the neck. And at this stage, really importantly, just going very gently, just moving the head. We don't need to force anything. We're not trying to spin our head round like a little twitwoo owl. We're just getting some lovely movement. That's all we're asking for. Good, and that's it for the neck for now. And then we'll go into our shoulder rolls where we add in a little bit of movement into the middle part of the back. Yeah, so the difference, gang, this, yeah, the difference that I can see some of us doing there, if possible, can you allow your whole spine to move? Well, no, really, middle part of the back. Yeah, so your feet are still, your hips are still. Yeah, and then we can, yeah, that's it, you've got it. So it's just that lovely little bit of movement around, yes, the shoulders, but also into the middle part of the back. Wonderful. Yeah, and I can see some of us are adding the elbow as well. So try not to just stay here. Try to see if we can move 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good, and then release. Beautiful. Now we're going to take that just a little bit further by giving ourselves a hug. Yeah, so this just is in case we don't see anyone today and get a hug. Yeah, which could happen, couldn't it? So we'll have a little hug, and then all we're going to do is then move to the side, move forward, move to the other side, and then almost make a little bit of a circle back and back up to upright. So you'll notice that's through the middle part of the back. So it's not from your waist, it's just from you moving through the middle part of the back. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to show you this from the side. Yeah, so we'll do it again one more time each side. So I'm going over to your right. We're going forward. We're going a little bit to the left. We might be able to go a little bit back or just come up to upright. And then we'll do the other way. Inhaling and exhaling. Now, if I remember later, we'll do it. Actually, no, we'll do it now. We'll uncross in case I forget and then cross the other way. Yeah, good. And then we'll go to the left. We'll come forward and go to the right. So we're really trying to move around that middle part of the back. Inhaling and exhaling, and it should just feel really lovely. Good. And let's do that one more time. Good, inhaling, going to the side, coming back, and maybe just coming back to that upright position. Beautiful. Release the arms. Good, and then we'll take that into an arm circle. So we'll bring the arms up on the inhale and we'll circle around. And today we can do it with a really lovely bent elbow, a relaxed shoulder, nothing specific about the wrists or the hands. Just, again, just sensing a little bit of lightness, inhaling and exhaling. Yeah, and notice how good that feels just with all a bit of softness in the arm, the wrist and the shoulder. One more time. Inhaling and exhaling. Remember, it's just the mobility through our shoulders there as well, isn't it? and then heading to the spine. So we can do our lateral movement, so we can stretch over to the side and back to the centre. Yeah, that's it. Good, and notice this is probably coming from your lower back and the middle and upper back. Yeah, good. That's it, and we'll do one more each like that, then we'll see if we can just get into that middle part of the back. Yeah, so we're going to have the hands on the hips, keep the lower back still, and see if we can just move kind of from that rib cage area. So you'll probably feel that it's quite a bit smaller movement, but can you keep the lower back still so your pelvis is still? Maybe your thumbs are just resting on the top of your pelvis there, and that just keeps the lower back from moving, and we can just move that middle part of the back. Yeah, well done, just feel the difference. So, you know, rather than coming over from our lower back, we're just isolating that middle back. Yeah, lovely. Good, and then recover. Well done. Now that takes us nicely into our twist. Again, I'd like you to have your hands on your hips. And again, we're going to have our feet nice and wide. So if we notice now, if we just turn our head to the right, keep your hips still, and then see if you can move your middle part of your back, but not your hips and lower back. And notice you haven't gone very far, yeah, which is fine. And then we come back to the centre, but notice you'll feel those muscles. So now we can turn the head first to the left, so we tell the body where we're going, take a breath in. And then on the exhale, can we just turn the middle part of the back? Yeah, so around that rib cage area, around the shoulder blades. Inhaling and exhaling to come back. We're going to do exactly the same again. Your hips stay still. Your legs are firm and strong. Your feet strong. Good. Turn the head to the right, inhaling and watching. Good. And then can you do that little turn without shifting those hips? Can you do that little turn from the middle part of the back? Now stay. Can you stay? Keep the hips where they are. Lift the arms up as if we're just lovely wings. And then see if we can make that a little bit bigger by looking back towards our back hand and stretching the arms. So you might feel more of a pull into that middle part of the back there. Soften everything and just come back to your start position. Oh, I hope we're breathing there as well. Good, and then just notice that for a moment. Then we can again start with the hands on the hips, your hip bones shining towards me. Look to the left, we'll do all that again. Take a breath in, and then on the exhale, start to twist to the left, turn to the left. So it's probably 2 or 3 centimetres at the most. Bring the hips back to face the front, if they've shifted to the left there, and then see if we can inhale, float the arms up, and then exhale, just to open a little bit more towards that left side. You're looking back to your left hand, but you haven't turned your hips to the left. Yeah, your feet are stabilising you. Inhale, soften the elbows, and exhale to come down. Can you just give me a thumbs up if you could feel a little bit of movement in that middle part of the back? Good. I'm getting a bit of this. Great. Okay. So we'll come back to that later when we're in our chair. Hang on a minute, now we're going to go forward. So bend the knees, I've forgotten what I'm talking about. Bend the knees, nod the chin to the chest, and then this is our little flexion, isn't it? Rounding forward. So we want the body to be able to do this. Now we don't want to do it all the time, and we don't want to have to, compromise the back as we're doing it. And we're going to come back up. Inhaling and exhaling. And then what we'll do, which we haven't done for a while, is purposefully add in the tummy muscles. So if we lightly draw the tummy muscles in, that might be you hugging your front body lightly towards the back body. It might be that we could add our pelvic floor in. That's for all of us here, lifting a little bit up from underneath. The buttocks stay fairly relaxed. And then we'll try a nod of the chin to chest. Inhaling. Keep that strength in the tummy as you exhale down. You might just notice it feels a little bit safer for the back. Or just maybe you don't go quite as far, but it's still good. Take a breath in, see if we can still keep the tummy connection, and then roll back up. Inhaling and exhaling. So just feel the difference there. Now, as we purposefully relax, not that one's better than the other, and then try the nod of the chin to chest, inhaling and the roll down on the exhale. You might naturally feel the domain muscles engaging, might just feel a little bit freer, a little bit looser, or it might feel exactly the same. So that's absolutely fine, isn't it? But maybe there's a little bit of a difference as we move there. Okay, then our gardener stretch takes us into a little bit of an extension. The lower back stays still, and then it's the lift of the ribs a little bit away from the hips. Yeah, so you get this really, really small movement in the upper part of the back, and then relax. So that's really our back extension. Well, from our middle back, isn't it? So imagine we're popping the ribs up, we're lifting the rib cage, and we do a very, very small lift of the chest up towards the ceiling. Yeah? Now, if it was our lower back, do you remember it would be here, wouldn't it? And that would be all about the lower back, and we're not doing that. Yeah? And then we'll release. Good. So the lower back stays still. We lift the rib cage, and it's almost like us doing a really baby swan. A really baby swan. So the lower back stays still, doesn't it, in swan? And we just lift a little bit into that upper back and middle back, and then release. Yeah, well done. Okay, then let's take the feet wide, and we're just going to transfer our weight to get our hips moving. Yeah, we'll transfer our weight, and maybe we can lift the leg, maybe not. We don't have to do that at all. Yeah, we're nearly there on our little mobility now. That's it. We'll go 4, we'll go 3, you've got it, we'll go 2, and we'll go 1. Good, and then we'll swing the hips, but we'll get the knees and the ankles involved as well today. Yeah, I'm still wide with my feet here because it's just a really good base. So we can go the hips forward, to the side, to the back, but notice the knees are moving with us as well, and notice we can roll all the way over the feet, we can move to the heels, try it to the toes, to the inside edge, the outside edge, good, and then just come back to pause and go the other way. So we're just warming up, mobilising around those joints. We might be making it smaller. Yeah, absolutely fine to do that. Get ready because we're going to come into our little 5-minute little warm-up now, little cardio blast. Good, and then come all the way back, give the legs a little shake out. Okay, really well done, go. So let's go, little march. Yeah, we've got a minute-ish, a minute-ish, a minute-ish. I'll just wait till I see people turning a bit red. Just a nice march. Yeah, just get the body moving. And like we've said, if you've got days where we're indoors just a little bit more, we've still got a bit of that, haven't we, to do. These are just lovely little pockets of exercise that you can put in, particularly if you start to feel a bit cold. If you're not doing as much, we can start to really feel the body temperature drop, can't we, a little bit? So just nice little pockets of exercise, you're mobilising, your cardio, your balance. You can just fit them in little 5-minute pockets, can't you? Yeah, in between lunch, breakfast and lunch, breakfast and tea. Yeah, we might have a bit of supper as well, might we? Good, we'll just go 10, 9, 8, we'll go 7, we'll go 6, 5. Oh, my legs don't seem to be doing the right thing. 4, go 3, go 2, and go 1. Well done, good. And then just shake out the legs. Good, take it straight into a heel dig. Yeah, we've been working on these, haven't we? Oh, let's add the arms as well. So a little push of the arms, a little heel dig and a little push of the arms. So this is just our little, get the body nicely warmed up, ready for our strength training. Ready for our strength training. That's it, little heel dig. I don't mind if you're just having a little shush around the room. Sometimes we do it wide, don't we, as well? So we can do anything we like there. Yeah, we can have a little heel dig around. Yeah, it could be our new mode of transport. Yeah. Anybody want a cup of tea? Yes, I'll go get it. Here we go. Over to the kitchen. That's it, I'm going to do my heel digs around. Yeah, good, we're nearly there. 4, go 3, go 2, go 1. Good, and then just give it a little shake out. Beautiful. Good, and then we're going to go out. So it's a little bit like a half star, but this is a good one for our balance as well. So we go out and in, out and in. Yeah, out and in. And we're kind of incorporating, yes, a little bit of cardio, yes, a little bit of balance, aren't we? Because those lateral moves help with our balance and also that leg strength. Yeah, so as we go out and in, we've got a little bend of the knee, as we go out and in. And again, it's totally up to you. Yeah, guys, have a look. We go out with one foot, bring it back in, out with the other foot, bring it back in, out with one foot, bring it in, out with the other, bring it in. Have a look, out and in, out and in. One leg out, it comes back. The other leg out, it comes back. Yeah, out and in. Just one at a time, one leg out, come back in, out and in, out and in. Yes, we've got it, we've got it, we've got it, we've got it. Good. Let's go 8 and in, let's go 7 and in, let's go 6. Good, let's go 5, doing well, nearly there, go 4. You've got it 3, superb, we've got it 2. Good, and we go 1, well done. Good, okay, so then we're going to go for our little knee lifts. So that's you picking up the knee, but also I don't mind if it's just a little toe tap. Yeah, so if you don't want to bring the knee up, go for a little toe tap, so you don't have to do the knee lift if you don't want. Here we go. We could add in our little bicep curl as well, and it's just one knee and then the other. Yeah, one knee and then the other. So the knee lifting, if you wanted, or the toe tap. What's going to feel good for you this morning? Yeah, we've only got one more little move after this. Yeah, and that's just going to hopefully have got us a little bit warmed up. Yeah, walk it around the room, gang. Yeah, walk it around. Great to get moving and moving, double moving. Yeah, lifting the knees. Yeah, inhaling and exhaling. Yeah, you've got it, you've got it. Yeah, beautiful. So have a little move around. You are good, you are good, good. Good, let's go 4 and 3. We're going for 2. Good, and then 1. Absolutely brilliant. Let's go straight into our tap backs as our last one. We'll start with our hands on the hips, and then one foot goes back, comes in, the other foot back and in, out and in, behind and in. And notice there's the strength for the front leg. Again, there's the balance because we're swapping over. Some of us like to add in that little push of the arms again. So we can exhale the arms forward and inhale back. Yeah, we don't have to have the arms. And you're really landing on the ball of your foot rather than thinking you've got to get your heel down. So you can be on the ball of your foot nicely there rather than worrying about getting your heel down. Yeah, good. You could do same arm as leg. Yeah, you could do opposite arm and leg. Hang on a minute, I can't do that myself. Yeah, so you could have a little go with that. Just change it around a little bit if you wanted. So you go single and then double. Yeah, good. And we've just got a few more to do here. 8 more repetitions and we're done on this bit. 8, 7, we'll go 6, leaving out the arms if you wanted. 5, 4, good, go 3, whatever suits you this morning. And recover there. Well done, really well done. So we should be a little a bit warmer. And then you're going to grab your chair for me. Have your hand weights ready as well. And we've got, last week we did our 3 sets. This week we're going to do 4 sets. Yeah, 4 sets of our 10. Look out for the variations. We're aiming to keep our legs really strong, gang. That's our aim. Okay, you know the drill. You're at the front edge of your chair with your knees and feet facing forward. We can't do anything if we're right back, can we? Because it's going to be kind of like scramble, scramble, scramble before we get up. So make sure you're at the front edge of your chair. And this is you, you know, you're on the sofa, you've watched a bit of TV. Yeah, okay, I'm going to come to the edge and then I'm going to stand up from there. Yeah. First one, our first 10 is just our easy ones, just adding nothing else. We can have the hands on the thighs. Inhale, lean, take the weight into the feet. Exhale, stand. Inhale, hinge back from the hips, and then sit the bottom back down. Yeah, good, we go again. I'm watching these 10, gang, and I'll give you any tips. I'm not going to say anybody's name, unless you are behaving really badly, and then I'll be shouting out your name as well. Yeah, good. I won't really, I promise. Yeah, so it's a lean and a lift. Yeah, good. And we might even just go really slowly back down to the chair as well, might we? Yeah. So it's tempting, isn't it, to kind of just crash down on that last bit. Oh yeah, like it. So lean and come back up. Is that your 10? That must be 10 on that one. Yeah, we'll say that's 10. Well done. Yeah, okay. First round done. Perfect. Really well done, gang. Just double checking that your knees and feet are facing forward. Have a look at that. And you do need your feet a little bit further back. Yeah, because if they're too far forward, then we're not going to have that leverage, are we, to come up. Okay, so this time it's going to be a stand and a reach. Yeah, so we'll do that together for 10. So lead, inhale, exhale, reach. Don't worry about how far the arms are going up. Inhale, exhale, reach. Good. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. You could be leaving the arms out if you wanted. Yeah, you could be having a breather on any of these rounds and just, maybe even doing a heel raise if you wanted, seated, or some of your neck stretches. Lean and lift. Good. 5 to go. I'm having a look. Yeah. Good. So it gives us a little bit of a momentum, doesn't it? But also gets that upper body going as well. Yeah, lovely. Brilliant. Very nice. Very nice work, gang. Yeah, lovely. Good. Again, just coming back to checking what the knees and the feet are doing. What are the shoulders doing? Yeah, so the shoulders aren't coming up around the ears as you bring the arms up, ideally. Yeah, very nice. Good. And I think we should have maybe 1 or 2 more to do to get to your 10. Good. Leaning forward. I've got my eye on you. You know that. Good. Yeah, lovely. You've done your 10. Perfect. Okay. Now, could we now come up and add a little calf raise? Only an option. Yeah. So try it. A little bit of a challenge. So we'll go together. So we lean forward. We stand. We add a little mini lift of the heels, and then we sit back down. Yeah. So you could always do a single heel if you wanted. This is number 9. Good. Counting down, that is. Inhale and exhale. Yeah. Now really firm up those thighs. Good. And then coming back up into that little calf raise if you wanted it. Don't worry if it's a heel, and then you pop yourself back down. Good. Here's number 4. Now I'm confusing myself. Lift and lower. Good. Inhale and exhale. Here's number 5. I'm now counting up. Hinge, stand, little mini calf raise, and then come back down. I'm watching the last few here. Good. Come up. Little mini calf raise. Very nice on the balance gang. Very nice. Good. 4 to go. Forward. Good. Don't worry if you get to your 10 before me or I say, that's absolutely fine, isn't it? Good. Double check what those knees are doing. Are they still facing forward when you sit back down? Yeah. Yeah, good. Now, that's lovely. Really good. Yeah, going forward, lift. Oh, yeah, very nice. Good. Yeah, so that should be our 10 there. Now, you could legitimately, absolutely fine, give yourself permission to miss out the next set because that's 4 rounds, which can be quite a lot for the body. If you wanted, you can do your next set. And if you wanted, add your ball. Yeah, so we're on the chair. We've got the ball between the knees. Now this is going to keep that alignment, isn't it? I don't mind if you now say, I'm going to sit in the chair and I'm just going to do a little squeeze on the ball to get those thighs going. You can do that, yeah? Otherwise, we've got the heels a little bit further back. The ball's in a comfortable position. We lean, inhaling. Exhale, we stand. Give the ball a little bit of a squeeze, just naturally with those inner thighs. You're not trying to roll the knees in. Good, and then sit back down. Yeah, see how that goes. Don't worry if you haven't got the ball, it's absolutely fine. Good, inhale and exhale. Stand tall, notice the strength through the thighs. So now what we're going to do on our last 8 to finish with our squat position here, we're going to not sit all the way back down. I know that's really mean, isn't it? So we can put the hands on the thighs, sit the thighs just to the chair, and then push yourself back up. 8. Inhale, sit the thighs. Exhale, just to the chair. Inhale, exhale. 7. Yeah. Good. Touch. Good. 6. Wonderful. Now notice the legs working. 5. So we don't get a break. We've got a lovely long spine. We've got 4 to go. Good. Don't worry if you're sitting down. Don't worry if you don't want to do these last few. It's absolutely fine. 3 to go. Make sure you're pain-free. Yeah. Good. I'm watching the last 2. So make sure your thighs are just touching the chair. You're in that squat. and then you come back up. Yeah, don't worry if you're having a breather, it's absolutely fine. Yeah, and there's our last one. Yeah, good, sitting, just touching. You are wonderful, gang. You are wonderful, absolutely brilliant. Good, well done. Okay, just pop the ball to the side for now. Have it handy for me. Have your chair handy as well. I'm just going to put mine a little bit out of the way. And then we're going to pick up our hand weights. So we're going to start with the bent over row. And this is all about our back strength, as well as our shoulder and arm strength. And we've kind of got into this one, haven't we? So if we're doing 2 rounds, the first time round, the left leg's going to come forward and the right leg back. So you're pretty much in a calf stretch position, or you could have the ball of the foot on the ground instead of the whole foot, whichever feels good. There's a little bit of a lean forward. So that's us being upright. The little hinge from the hips, the back is long, and then the arms come down to the side of the body. So if I'm you, left foot in front, and the arms are just here. Yeah, shoulder width apart. Then the exhale takes the arms up and back. And the inhale brings us back to our start. I'll show you from the side. 10. So this is number 2. Exhale and inhale. You know these. So the bent over row, notice, yes, the arms, the shoulders, but notice the back muscles. Yeah, good. Here's number 4. Exhale. Good. Now what I can see is this, remember, that, but you actually want your arms a little bit wider just to give you a bit of space. Yeah. So you're not here. You're just letting those arms come wide, the hands come wide. Good. 4 to go. So exhale 4, inhale. Feet are firm, ball of the foot, front foot. 3. Good. Exhale 2. Good. And then exhale 1. Elbows are going up and back. Yeah. That's it. And release. Now remember on that one, the shoulders stay relaxed. So when you just come up to standing now, I'll just show you one more time. So, you know, it's tempting to end up here, isn't it? All a bit cramped up. So just think of driving those elbows a little bit back, and we're only coming back as far as we don't have to kind of come into the shoulders. Good, well done. First set done. Shoulder press, we're going to alternate. Just enjoy. Feet nice and wide, knees can bend. We'll go left to right. So we're going exhale, inhale, exhale up, inhale down. We start at the shoulders and we finish at the shoulders. We start at the shoulder and we finish at the shoulder. Yeah, good, brilliant, good. Exhale and inhale. Now, anytime you want to, you could put the hand weights down. Anytime you want to, you could sit down. Yeah, I'd like you to stand up because again, this is all our functional stuff, isn't it? Yeah, brilliant, good. Now, as we do our next 4, so don't worry, finish on the right, but as we do our next 4, could we lean a bit left and we'll lean to the right? Yeah, so come with me now. Exhale, inhale, good, exhale. So this is you putting something up on the shelf. Good, we'll do 4 more now, just because that feels quite good. 4, good, we'll go 3, good, and then we'll do 1 each side. Yeah, so it's you popping something up onto the shelf. Good, lovely, brilliant. And again, I've seen people here. Yeah, I've seen people here, which I'd rather you not do, only just because that's a bit tough on the shoulder, that big sweeping movement. So even if you come from here, that's fine. Here's good, yeah? So it's not kind of up from here, because that can be quite a lot for the shoulder. So now, can we put the hand weights down? And now we're going to come to our wall press up, yeah? And today we're going to go really nice and wide with the hands. And I'll show you from here. Don't worry if you disappear, it's fine. You're gonna go with exactly what I'm saying. You've stood by the wall and you've reached your fingertips out, and just your fingertips can touch the wall. Yeah? Then you know you're pretty much the right distance away. Then you take your hands wider than shoulder width, so you look at where your shoulders are, your hands naturally go, and then you go wider. Good. We can bend the knees and hinge forward from the hips. Actually, bend the knees and have a hinge forward from the hips. And then put the hands on the wall. Fingertips can face on a 10 to 2. So left hand going to the 10 and the right hand going to the 2. I can't even tell the time now. So can we now exhale, lower the forehead towards the wall, inhale and exhale back. Yeah. So you can go. Now, if you wanted, you could take a breath in and then exhale to the wall, and that same exhale brings you back. Yeah, but see if we can connect a little bit with the breath and the tummy muscles. So as you breathe out, there's a real sense of strength in the center of the body. I'm asking for another 4, and you could be at your wall, you could be at your door, you could be, yeah, this is looking good. So the arms nice and wide, the space between the ear and the shoulder. Yeah, lovely. 2 more to go. So you're bending the elbows. You're not too far away from the wall that you're straining to get there. Yeah, looking good. Brilliant. And then come away from that for me. Brilliant. And then we're going to pick our hand weights back up. Yeah, so bend the knees, get the hand weights back up. And then it's the bicep push. Yeah. So I'll just show you one while everybody gets in place. So our hands now are pretty much shoulder width with the palms facing up. The feet can be a bit wider than hip width. We've done this one, you're really good with this one going. So we can do an exhale back. There's a little squeeze of the shoulder blades. Yeah. Now again, we're not popping those shoulders up around the ears, and we haven't gone too far back that we're causing any strain. Good, take a breath in, and then on the exhale, move from the shoulder and bring the hands up. So you're looking at your hand weights like in your periphery. Yeah. So inhale again, exhale, draw the elbows back without lifting the shoulders. Yeah, and look at that point again. You're not here, you're still on that lovely right angle. There's some misbehaving going on today, I can sense it. So the arms going up. Is it because it's Wowza Wednesday? No. Or let's think of another name, a better name. Wonderful Wednesday. Yeah, is it because it's Wonderful Wednesday? Oh, I know, even better, Windy Wednesday. Yeah, Windy Wednesday. And that does send you nuts, doesn't it? I remember when I was a secondary school teacher, and it was, if there was any windy weather, they always said the children were badly behaved. I think it was always windy. So again, we can do one more each way of those. So inhaling, and then exhaling, and then inhaling and exhaling. Yeah, really controlled bicep push. Great for the shoulders and the back and the biceps. Okay, are you ready? We can do everything again. Yeah, so everything that we've just done again. We started with that bent over row, didn't we? Which is actually quite similar to the bicep push. So we've got kind of the same movement going on there, just slightly different. So we can have now, this time, your right foot in front. So it'd look like this, your right foot in front, your left foot behind, maybe the ball of the foot. You're then hinging forward from the hip, so that little hinge forward. Good, firm up your right foot and thigh, arms just hang down, and we'll exhale up and back. Inhale to release down, lovely. Yeah, you've got it, that's it. And being quite precise about the position of the hands and making sure the neck feels comfortable. So really tempting, isn't it, to go here. I'd like you to keep your elbow and wrist in alignment, so you're just driving back, and the hands can be quite nice and wide. Yeah, lovely. Good, 6. Good, I'm with you. Good, we go 5. Good, no strain in the neck or the shoulders. Long spine, go 4. Good, we're going 3. Notice the legs working as well, particularly that front leg. 2. Good, make sure you feel comfortable. Good, and then the last one. Yeah, just a little pull back. Really well done. Good, and then we can step the feet together. And yeah, that front leg definitely doing some work for us. Then we've got our single shoulder presses, with or without the hand weights. Start with the hand weights somewhere near your shoulder, yeah, a little bit wider, and then we'll go right to left. Exhale and inhale. Exhaling up, inhaling as you come down. Brilliant. Really well done, gang. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, good. And again, you know, see if you keep the other hand still as you move the arm that's going up. Yeah, so you're kind of working that in a slightly different way as well, aren't you? And then only if we wanted would we lean and shoulder press. Yeah, lean and shoulder press. So we're just putting something back up on a shelf, aren't we? Yeah, and we need that little bit of balance. Yeah, so we can maybe have both knees soft. Maybe we can even lift the foot. 4. Good, so we can go 3. We don't have to. Good, not easy. We go 2. Good, and then we go 1. Yes, really well done again. Good, and then our wide push-up, and the last bit is our bicep push. So our wide push-up. Now remember, you might think, well, actually, I've had enough of my upper body now. So if that's you, you could do some lovely shoulder rolls just in this minute or so that we're doing the press-up. Come to the wall again, stand and face the wall, and then put your hands out so that your fingertips just touch the wall. Yeah? So at that point, you're lovely and upright. Then the hands go wide. You can bend the knees and hinge a little bit from the hip to bring the hands to the wall. And then we can exhale, forehead, inhale and exhale back if we wanted. So we're coming towards the wall. Now, some of us might decide, well, actually, this is okay. I'm going to straighten my legs, and the hinge then comes from the ankle. So we're coming all the way forward and then all the way back. I'm having a look as you do another 6 of those. So we're moving the whole body as one. Yeah. Double check that your hands are level with your shoulders, not any higher, because that tends to bring our shoulders up. Check that you've got space between the ears and the shoulders as well. Yeah, so you're not hoisting those shoulders up around the ears. Yeah, and you're moving your whole body forward as one if that's okay for you. Yeah, like it. There's your last one. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Okay, so then we can take the hand weights, and our last one of our weights is our bicep push, and we're going to go 10 of these. Yeah, so palms are facing up, elbows just nestled just by the side. Yeah, just by the side of you, so your palms facing up. Good. I'll just show you from here. Good, nice wide base. And then when you're ready, drawing the elbows back, so there's a little squeeze of the shoulder blades, bringing the hands forward, inhaling, and then exhaling, moving from the shoulder. Good, inhale and exhale to come back. Light grip on the hand weight. Good, so if you can do the exhale as you take the arms up, and the exhale as you take the elbows back. Yeah, good. Yeah, really nice. Now, if that's a little bit too much on the shoulder, then you can make it a little bit smaller just by doing a half movement. Yeah, you can still go back and you can still come forward, but almost just like we're just doing a little hinge from the shoulder rather than make it, any bigger than that. Lovely, 4 to go. So again, double check you're moving from the shoulder, not from the elbow. Yeah, good. So the angle of the elbow and the wrist and the shoulder is actually staying the same. Yeah, good. We're nearly there. Well done, guys. Well done. Really good. Here's our last one to do. Good. All nice and light. Doesn't have to be too drastic either way. You are fantastic. Release down. Lovely. Now we're going to go to our chair to actually release the upper body. So we get to sit down for a moment before we do our balance work. Yeah, so once we sat in the chair now, we can let's bring the right arm out ahead of us and then bring the right arm across the body without actually adding the other arm in to stretch it. Yeah, and then come down. So we did a bit of this on Monday, didn't we? So we're not going to use the band or the hand. So now take the arm out and see where we can get it to as you draw it across your body. Yeah, notice. It's different, feels different, doesn't it? If you go to that normal stretch that we do, yeah, it still feels good, but actually just try this. See where we can actually get the arm moving to. Good, and then relax. Good, and then we'll do that one more each way. Can we draw that arm across the body? Yeah. Good, and then come down. Yeah, and you still find that stretch, but maybe we can get a little bit more movement ourselves. We'll get a bit more movement ourselves as we do that. Good, and then we're going to take the hands behind us. Just reach behind, and then find some part of your chair. Good, and then put the fingertips on the chair, and just have a moment just to open across the chest. We don't even have to squeeze the shoulder blades together. We could just have a sense of opening. Again, we talked about our rib cage as well, didn't we? So we can go here. Actually feels quite nice. There's nothing wrong with that. But just notice what happens when we pull the rib cage down a little bit, or just connect the rib cage back into kind of its natural position. Good, inhaling and exhaling. And then release and relax. Well done. Good, and then we did the same on Monday with the arm going up to the ceiling. And again, typically we push or pull. Let's see if we can bend the elbow and get the hand somewhere towards that middle back. Can we actually, in our mind, get that elbow up? Can we get it to work ourselves? Yeah, we probably can, more than you actually think or, you know, envisage there. Good. You can use the hand. So, you know, in theory, we are doing the same sort of thing because we're using our other hand, aren't we? The same hand, if you know what I mean, in the back. Good, and then bring the arm down. But notice there's quite a bit of work there for the arm. Good, and then we'll do the same to the other side. So the arm lifts, the elbow bends, and then we take the hand into the back. Yeah, and the elbow pops up to the ceiling. So the elbow's going straight up to the ceiling. That's it. And again, notice you can probably get it a bit higher than you thought. You, like me, and you've lifted the ribs, and that's not really the arm, so maybe again we soften the ribs and see if we can just get that shoulder movement. Yeah, and then slowly release and relax. Well done. Now, one last bit in the chair, and then we've just got a couple of bits of balance before we come onto the mat. So now we've got our feet in hip width. We're going to keep our sit bones on the chair. We're going to lengthen up and again keep the lower back still. And then we can turn whichever way feels good. Waist, yeah, middle back, good. And then a turn of the head, and use some part of the chair to help you keep the hips still and twist a little bit further round. Don't forget, easy breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. And then when you're ready, release both hands. Inhaling and exhaling to come back. And then same to the other side. Feet grounded, sit bones, yeah, bottom. Good, turn waist, middle back. Where are those shoulders? Have they crept up, trying to get you further round? And then maybe get hold of some part of the chair. See if you can twist just that little bit more. Good, inhale, and then gradually exhale. So to almost feel the body unraveling back to the start. Well done. Are you ready for a little bit of balance? Yeah? So have your chair handy. So we can use our chair if we like. Maybe not the first bit, because we like to just go heel to toe. So you've got the length of your room or your mat. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the length of my mat, which is pretty much the length of my lovely room here. Favourite room, my favourite room in the house, because it's mine. It's just mine. So can we have a look then? We'll look down at the feet, and we're going to bring the heel to the big toe. Yeah, and then repeat. There, we can follow that. Just putting the foot just in front of the big toe. Whoop, whoop, wobble already for me. Good. Yeah. And then we can pivot and go back the other direction. Or you're keeping going. So you've got a lovely big space. Just keep going. You know, not too far away from us if you don't mind, but, you know, not maybe out to the bottom of the garden. But yeah, just noticing that heel to toe. Yeah. And then coming back. Okay, and then let's try that with our gaze ahead. Now, not necessarily harder, but can you still find the heel in front of the big toe? Yeah. Well done. Yeah. Again, not easy, is it? Because we've got to go fairly slowly. So there's a moment where we're in that complete balance, isn't there? Where we're having to lift the foot and then just guide it to the right place. And let's go one more, go in the opposite direction. And we're nearly there. Yeah, good. That's it, I'm having a look. Yeah, well done, nice concentration. Yeah, and wobbling as well. We've said that, haven't we? The wobbling is actually quite good because that's testing us, isn't it? So it's not too easy, because if we can do it, then, well, that's fine, isn't it? But if we can test ourselves, then we're challenging our mind and our body, aren't we? Just that little bit. We don't want to do the really easy stuff, do we? Maybe occasionally we do, just to feel really good. Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, and the wobbles are absolutely perfect. Well done. Good. And then just come back to wherever you are on that one. And we're just going to go around the world, forward, side and back. Yeah, so just that one, forward and side and back. Yeah, we'll do that together. So today, let's stand on the right leg. Yeah, so we'll stand on the right. Good, and then our left leg's going to come in front. We can lift the back heel. Good, and then you're going to go straight out to the side. See if we can go straight back behind us and then pause. Yeah, same leg again, so standing on the right, going out, yeah, and then to the side, and then to the back, yeah? So we've just skipped a beat there, haven't we? One more time. So come forward, and then to the side, and then you're going back. Yeah, lovely, good, good. And then last one is the other side, so standing on the left, and then we're going forward. Can we go straight to the side? Don't worry if you're putting your foot down in between. Can we go back? Good, can we go forward? Can we challenge ourselves to go to the side? Can we go back? Good, and then one more time. Going forward, we're going to the side. Good, and we're going back. Lovely, brilliant. And then we'll come down onto our mat, yeah? And you're going to practice your balance anyway, aren't you, this week? Yes, can we come straight down onto our back, or we can go in onto our chair if we like. And again, we don't need the band today, so we can pop ourselves down. We can roll ourselves down if we wanted. Some of us might even want to do a little child pose if you want to, so you're welcome to do that before you come onto your back. You'll get a chance to do it again anyway, so don't worry if you've already got comfy. And then I'm going to join you on your back if you're already there. Yeah, so bring yourself, it's nice and easy onto your back there. Lovely. Okay, so I'd like you today to have the feet a little bit wider than hip width. If we're in our chair, we could do a lovely seated roll down, or even a standing roll down, or a mixture of both. We could even do a seated cat. So we could maybe do 5 seated cats and 5 seated little roll downs. And we're going to do the bridge on the floor there. So just sort of replicate a little bit of movement through the spine, whether you're standing or you're lying. So feet a little bit wider than hip width, enjoy that. Good, and maybe even the feet turning out on that little 10 to 2 like we had our hands before. Arms at the side of the body, maybe a little bit wider. And then imprinting the back on the inhale. And exhaling to peel ourselves up into the bridge. Now, the knees are going to go wider, aren't they, because our feet are wider. And for today, we're going to enjoy that. We might enjoy a nice little bit of a pull on the inner thigh, maybe a little bit more into the hips a little bit. Enjoy it. Good. If it feels too much on the knees, you can bring your feet in again. Yeah. Inhaling and exhaling to come down. Good. See how that feels again. So the feet wide. You could even try them a bit wider if you wanted. Imprinting the back. This is all about us moving the spine really well. So moving through that lower back, moving into the middle back, peeling each little vertebrae off the mat. And, you know, sometimes we say, don't we, we give the back a drink. So as we move the spine and the vertebrae, just give those discs a little bit of a push and a nudge. When everything comes back to that lovely alignment, those discs are going to plump up and just be a little bit more springy. I'm not sure if that's the technical medical terms, but we'll go with it. Yeah, I'm liking this game, really smooth. It's quite nice with those wider feet, isn't it? Just gives us a really lovely base that we don't have to worry about where the knees are necessarily, and gives us that chance just to move maybe a little bit more slowly. Maybe those hamstrings don't kick in quite as much. Good, so our feet are a little bit wider than hip width, maybe on a little turnout. The knees are going to be a little bit wider than hip width, aren't they? And as you come up, they're widen again, just naturally. So we're going to let that happen today and just enjoy it. Still loads of work going on for the back. We're coming down, inhaling, doing really well, and exhaling. That's our last one. And we come all the way down and back to our start. Now bring the feet just a little bit back to hip width. The back stays where it is, nice and comfy. The right knee comes up, and then we're just going to circle. You could even do it standing, holding on to the chair. Now, quite often we use the fingertips, don't we, or we use the band. We're just going to use the mind and the body circling around the hip. I'd still like you to keep your hips fairly still as we circle around. Good, and then we're going to go the opposite direction. So it's the one leg circle, but we've just got that lovely bent knee, and we're getting some really lovely mobility as we stir the thigh all around into that hip joint there. Good, a couple more times. And our last time, inhaling and exhaling. Good, we put the right foot down, take a break, the pelvis is still, the left leg comes up. Good, and then again we start to circle. It doesn't matter which way we're going. We naturally tend to come in first with the one leg circle. But don't worry too much because we've got the knee bent here, so it's just a really lovely, enjoyable movement, isn't it? And again, can you make that all a little bit bigger, even though we're not using the hand, or haven't got the leg high, or we're not using the band? Can we still circle all around the hip? And the other way. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Good, one last time. And then we'll pop the foot to the floor. Quite a lot of work, isn't there? So then we'll see if we can keep the back still, bring the right knee up, and then just bicycle this right leg. But as we do this, can we keep the back really still? So typically, we bring the knee in and the back would imprint, we take the leg out and the back would arch a little bit away. So I want you to work with the abdominal strength as you move your leg there, keeping your back nice and still. So inhaling and exhaling as you circle around the leg. Yeah, it's nice and steady, nice and floating. So just bicycling the leg. 4 and 3, keeping the back still. 2 and 1. Good, and then put that right foot down. Readjust, head on the mat, and then bring the left leg up. Good, see if you can keep the back absolutely still, and then start to circle the left leg, going away from you and then coming back towards you. Inhaling and exhaling. Good, and we can do that in the
We've lost you, Caroline.
I was just chatting away to you then, and yeah, no, it all went off for me. It completely went off, and then when it came back, I was on mute for some reason. So yeah, sorry about that. You all went, but well done. Just come back onto your back. We're nearly there, gang. So we can either bring one leg in, or we can bring both legs in, and then we'll just circle around the ankles. Don't worry if you're not on mute, it's fine, isn't it? We've just got our last few exercises now, so don't worry too much about your Zoom situation there. Good, and then we'll go the other way. And if you've come up to standing already, don't worry, you could just do a few ankle stirs holding onto the bed or the chair or just that. Good, that's it, well done. So if you've already come up and out of it, don't worry, then we could, once we've done both feet circling around both directions, yeah, you could do your point and flex. Don't worry if you've already got up, you can be doing this wherever works for you, sitting, standing, or if you're still with me, then that's fine. Good, then we'll pop the feet down. We'll come over onto our side. Good, and then bring ourselves round. Now you can either come straight up to standing or have that option of trying a wide knee child pose. So the knees go wide, the toes come together, and then we sit the hips back, reaching the arms forward or bringing the arms back. Inhaling and exhaling just as feels good. Yeah, and don't worry if you've already come up to standing, because I know some of us like to do that. And you can stretch out the back. Inhale and exhale. Ready, we'll slowly come up, and then we can make our way up to standing. See if you can try popping to the knees just momentarily, and then bringing one leg forward, so we can do that just by moving the leg. Tuck the back toes, get that strength in the front leg, and then exhale our way up to standing there. Yeah, that's getting better, gang. Yeah, don't worry if it takes a few goes. Yeah, well done. Good, then just take the feet a little bit wider, feet a little bit over to one side for me, and just find a little bit of a stretch on that inner thigh area. We're nearly there, couple of stretches to go again. Good, take your time, and then ease when you're ready over to the other side. Just see if you can feel a little bit of a pull onto that inner thigh area. On the left side, if you join me. Good, then take your time to wean your way back up to standing and then step the feet in. Good, let's try our front of the thigh stretch as our last one. I'll show you the chair option, so we can have stand away from the chairs if we're going to do all our squats again, but we're not. And put the foot on top of the chair. Remember, you could take hold of the foot if that's better. Lengthen up, soften the supporting knee, gaze is ahead, chest is lifted. We should have quite a nice pull into the front of the thigh. And then some of us like to bend the supporting knee a little bit to bring us into a deeper stretch. You've done absolutely brilliantly, guys. Good, we can come out of that, release the leg. So remember, you could be doing any option you want of your quad stretch, your front of thigh stretch. This is our chair option. Foot onto the chair, lengthening up. The knee of the stretching, the leg that you're stretching down towards the ground, and then see if we can bend the supporting knee to increase that front of thigh stretch. Feels quite good, doesn't it? We're facing forward, the chest lifted, the crown of the head up to the ceiling. Inhaling and exhaling. Good, and we can come out of that by taking the knee forward and bringing ourselves, just to give everything a little shake out. Shake out the wrists, shake out the feet, the ankles, shake out the legs, shake out the arms. Good. Well done. Well done, everybody.